I started piano lessons last August, so it's just been a year, roughly. And I'm just gonna give you just a little bit of like background, kind of like how the hell did I get here? Because like as all of you know, I studied design in college, and I'm a professional designer by day. And it's kind of crazy that I might be calling myself also a musician by night at this point. Maybe. But 10 years ago, I was in university, and this composer by the name of Philip Glass came onto my radio at the time when I was a freshman. And I never knew music could sound anything like that. And for me, that was a little bit life-changing. And also a bit timely, because in that same year, he actually came to perform his etudes along with other pianists at my university. And that was the very first time I'd ever seen anyone play professional piano, especially his music, live. And that was just really inspiring. And in some way, shape, or form, I don't know, but it kind of lodged something in the very back of my head at the time. And I thought, what if? And I graduated college, I started my life here in New York about 5 years ago. And I'd say about like two and a half years ago, I was in a concert in Williamsburg listening to Leif Volvic with a friend. And he's this indie folk singer, super talented musician, instrumentalist, but there was this moment in his set where he was doing a solo on a Wurlitzer keyboard, and just the soul that radiated from this person really had an effect on me. And I remember leaning over to my friend from the balcony and pointing down, and I said, that's what I want to be doing. It really just had like this incredible effect on me that that voice from even like 10 years ago just grew just all that much more louder. And I asked myself, maybe like what if? And I wrote it down in a journal somewhere. And fast forward to last year, I stepped into my first piano lesson when I finally said yes to that voice in my head. And it's been so rewarding. Just a bit of background on the program tonight. I'm playing 8 pieces. It's going to be a mix of Baroque, modern, and contemporary music. 2 pieces from Bach, of course, and my favorite composer, Philip Glass. So I'll be finishing with that one. And just a couple of reminders for some house rules is to please silence your devices, just so that everyone can enjoy the music. And I ask everyone to just save the applause for the end, just so we can get through the entire program. I don't know if I forgot anything. Just to read some more storytelling about those first couple months of lessons were so rocky. I'm a designer. I've always just been drawing, painting, and of course working with clients and all. And I could not read music. Those first couple months were so rocky, but it was so incredibly humbling to be starting something that I had absolutely nothing, no idea how to do. And I knew that if I was going to take the music or playing anywhere, I had to learn how to read. And admittedly, I had to just painstakingly either write down the notes on the page or just kind of learn those first couple months. And I was only memorizing by hand what the music was and pretending how to read. But I had to drill myself for maybe a month or two, and I memorized all the notes on the staff. And one day I woke up and I tried to play some of the early pieces that I was working with Aden, and I could not play any of it. And something changed in my brain that day, and I came into my lesson and I looked at her and I said, oh my God, I can read. That something was finally clicking when I looked at the page. And what she responded at the moment, she told me, now you have options. And that was so exciting because I came home that night and I took to Spotify and I started dumping so many aspirational pieces that I really admired, that really excited me. And go into every lesson, it's like, oh, can we try this? Can we try that? All for her to say, we got some work to do. But she helped me compose this, I guess what started out as a playlist last September. and even just discovering some new artists I never even knew about. And I've gone so much closer to music, and the way I experience music today has just so significantly changed. But throughout this year, I've curated these 8 pieces, and I have played and listened to them countless times. And so this music is no longer really for me. It is now time for me to share it with all of you. And if there's anything I can take away from the past year of such a transformational year, apart from learning a new instrument, is that it is so perfectly okay for me to make mistakes. And in the face of all uncertainty, none of that changes who or what I want to be in this life. So I hope you enjoy it.